As far as I'm concerned, the issue is not resolved until Taylor and I are in agreement about it.
Talking with famous people.
What that means, however, is that if until we are, the status quo persists, and in the status quo, no action's been taken. Thus, on some level, Courtney gets to stay out on bail indefinitely if we can't come to an agreement. But that's what this is about, is Taylor and I coming to an agreement. It's not about either of us winning this point as far as I'm concerned, because one of us is right and one of us is wrong. And if I'm wrong, then we do what Taylor wants. And if I'm right, then we should do what I want. And that's what should determine the matter, not anything else. So my position on it is we argue it until we agree, or until we agree to stop arguing it, at which point the status quo persists and Courtney's status remains forever unresolved, like that of Palestine. Taylor, why don't we start now with you making the case for the removal of Courtney from the community to the whatever methods we have to do that.
Okay, well, I'll start by saying I think that this whole proceeding is stupid. The shit show that she threw, that was her own fault, full of slander, bullshit, and lies, on top of deleting 10 days worth of video, on top of continuing to deny deleting 10 days worth of video, like it could have possibly been anyone else.
We can't prove it. Nick already confessed to it.
Yeah, Nick did it because he's a white knight. And we can't prove it, but we know that really, who the fuck else would do that?
I mean, I briefly suspected Susie and you.
And have you ruled us out? Because I didn't explain why I ruled out Susie already earlier.
I have ruled out Susie, yes.
So it's still possible it's Nick.
I mean, you're clever enough.
I am clever enough, and I have gotten in several tips with her. However, I'm a type A. I enjoy a little bit of sparring here and there.
I agree it's not a likely scenario, but it's enough to provide reasonable doubt.
But this isn't America, and this isn't a democracy. This is talking to famous people, and she acted like a liar. She was intentionally dishonest. Mm-hmm. She was aggressively intentionally dishonest. Mm-hmm. And she basically irreversibly vandalized shit and is now continuing to lie about it. And
except she's not now continuing to lie about it, because when I talked to her recently in the room, she did say, yes, it was all my fault. Courtney did. She admitted that it was her fault. We made progress, and that's proof of the meta framework, which says
the message. Okay. She's not Hillary Clinton.
I didn't ask about that because I wasn't concerned about that, and now that I'm her defense attorney, it's not relevant because we can't establish it one way or the other definitively.
But that's not the standard that we're held up to.
We can't establish it definitively enough for even our own standards, which are those driven by principled particularism.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. We're principled, but we apply it particularly.
Okay, but it shouldn't even need that. It should just be the fucking hammer on the anvil. The fact is that, well, you saw everything, and what the fuck does she want? Does she want back in? After that whole huge shit show, because she can't take getting hit on, marginally getting hit on.
But that wasn't even about that, okay? What it was she made a mistake by which she probably had problems with men trying to get on her and her boyfriend getting upset about it for her whole life. And as a consequence, she didn't know how to deal with it well. Fine, her boyfriend probably got upset or whatever. But
she knows how to deal with it. If she doesn't know how to deal with it, that's her own fault.
But she's learning right now.
You guys, do you not realize that she just started all this shit for this right here? Jesus Christ, she's fucking with all your guys' FE. All for her FI.
We've all really got
For fuck's sake, man, this is outrageous and retarded.
Katie, 200 views in one day. Stupidest woman on earth video.
It's aptly titled.
But 200 views in one day.
About what?
So what?
Also, you guys seem to be more annoyed by this than me. I find this extremely entertaining and enjoyable activity to do.
I find this to be exercise in immaturity right here.
No, because look, this is the only way in which I can defend my own defamer, which is super cool.
Why is that? See, okay, why?
Because it proves how detached I am from the whole thing.
Only because I'm pissed.
It makes me look super cool.
You wouldn't be that detached. You're cheating.
I'm not cheating. We can't prove the one actual crime that was committed was her, and she's admitted it was her fault about the whole thing. Yes, the fight with me, and she seems to be actually capable of some growth. If she can do that, that's showing some hope for growth. And also, she's good for ratings. And also, I like her. I don't know. Is she ridiculous? Often, yes. Does she not seem to understand where the ethical boundaries are? Correct. But where's she going to learn that? She's not going to learn it anyplace else. Who else is going to care enough to try?
I don't.
I do.
Why?
Because she's a human being, and we all fuck up all the time. And I feel for her, you know?
Have you ever fucked up that consistently, that many different ways on the same topic?
Well, that just means that she needs it more. Not that
I'm not charity.
Okay, it's not charity though, because think of the views. I've already answered that point with the views. There is a concrete, practical benefit to it. Plus the entertainment for me, and hopefully you. Now you say this is immature. I think you're actually enjoying yourself.
No, actually, I should say this is annoying. Normally, I enjoy myself a bit, but I'm not right now.
Why not?
Because I've got shit I was going to do today, and instead, I'm in here holding trial on whether Courtney should be allowed to stay in the room. It's retarded.
You could have said you're busy today. I would have said, okay, we'll do it later.
No, because then she's going to hang around the room sulking and pulling on Nick's heartstrings.
If you're busy, you won't hear her insult you. And Nick's heartstrings are constantly being pulled by the wind itself. It doesn't even matter what it is pulls Nick's heartstrings.
That's poetic. He's doing really good at proving us wrong.
Who, Nick?
Yeah.
That's
it looks
true.
like it's hurting him. It did look like it was hurting him until that comment.
We had to put a lot of effort into the disclaimer part beforehand, though. All right, so look. It is true that Courtney does have a tendency to cause fights. It is true that she does have a tendency to cause drama. However, she kind of functions as a minimum level of competence ability test for people, right? Because if you come in and you can't hang with Courtney, you can't handle Courtney, and she's bugging you too much, and you go like, she was mean to me, then we know you've got no business being around here. Because you got to be able to deal with Courtney to be around here. It seems a perfectly reasonable test for people's fundamental competence levels.
Should we be paying attention to the chat or just ignoring it?
No, I'm ignoring it because I don't give a fuck what they are saying. This is about getting you and me to agree about it. That's my goal.
I think it's stupid that we're having this conversation at all. I think that there's nothing about her deserves. She has no deserve or claim to any sort of generosity at all, ever, from either of us. But I'm here because this is your shit. Because you want to.
Taylor, it's ours, and I want us to agree about this.
Okay, I think it's stupid that we're even having this discussion.
Okay, but you haven't explained to me why that's stupid. Except for the fact that you were busy today.
It's stupid because we did a bunch of videos after talking shit for two
We can't prove that. You can't make that argument.
We know it happened.
I don't.
We know. Okay, you can't prove it, but your other option is me.
No, I've got Nick too. Nick already confessed to it.
Yeah, I know, because he's a martyr and a white knight.
And Susie may actually be evil, and her convincing me that she wasn't her was just really effective lying is possible. It could be Jesse for that matter. Jesse seems evil.
The best way to throw off an NTP is to get them to question their logic.
Okay.
You're not TIing your own TI process.
I am.
And
you haven't responded to what I'm saying. I pointed out that we can't use that as an argument because we don't know definitively enough to use it as an argument. Now, given that...
We do. You know enough to use it as an argument. It's an argument. It's not proven, but that's not the standard that I think that we have. We don't have that standard of proof. She's not on trial for murder.
We don't have beyond a reasonable doubt as a standard, but we do have within us our own personal standards for what we think is enough to provide us definitive certainty. And I'm telling you, for me, it's not sufficient to provide definitive certainty. And as a general matter of course, I prefer to behave in accordance with principles when it doesn't run afoul of my personal interests.
That's because you're treating this whole thing like it's a debate. And it's not a debate. It's not a trial. It's the channel. And she doesn't have rights.
I'm not saying she does. I'm saying we, however, have an opportunity to be moral agents in any given moment making our decisions, and we should take into account our own moral agency and make our own decision based on what is best, right, true, good, and self-interest oriented, and not based on anything else.
And I'm taking into account my FE and my intuition. Both come into account and say that it's true. Nick,
Is it really unreasonable to say, since like 15 people or something ridiculous like that had manager rights or what have you, that you in your own are culpable, and it's like handing people a gun and then occasionally pissing them off and getting upset when they shoot you?
No, it's not. No, Nick, that's the wrong approach, because I have no culpability for other people's bad actions, regardless of how careless I was in leaving my doors and windows open, okay? Other people are culpable for their bad actions, not me.
But if you could take...
You should start shutting the window.
But your point about there being more possible suspects is a good one. There was Luna. It could have been Luna. She's always seemed to hate me.
We all know it's not Luna.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go down the list.
All right, I'm not saying it's any of these people. I agree with you. It's probably Courtney. But I don't agree with you that even if I were to agree it was Courtney, that's enough to stop having this conversation about whether or not she should be allowed to be around here.
Saying that regardless of whether she deleted it or not, she doesn't deserve shit. Then it becomes a matter of something else. However, since I do believe it was her, and I do believe she is still sitting there lying about it, that pisses me off.
Okay, well, I asked her not to tell me anything more about it at all, and not to answer any questions about it, except to say...
Had differing requests, and it doesn't matter because it's my own FI and your own FI, and she's playing into the wedge of provability, which I can't believe that she even has that standard.
Okay, well, I mean, it does, because for me, I don't want to take action that will ultimately affect another person in ways that's going to affect them emotionally and whatever else, as well as, in general, access to a self-development path based on arbitrary reasons. I want to hold myself to a higher standard than that.
You did. You held yourself to the higher standard of logic. For 2 fucking days, you tried to discuss it.
And it worked.
This is the logic?
It worked.
Hit logic. Use logic.
It seems like his attitude right now is the type of thing that philosophers talk about once they reach enlightenment.
Okay, but I'm not holding me to that
Stop
standard.
playing praise games. I don't want to hear praise. What I want us to focus on is what's the fucking purpose of everything in life anyway, which is just to get out. She's got to figure shit out too. She's helping us figure shit out right now. We all go through life learning from each other and optimizing to the best of our ability. We are learning from Courtney right now. This is an informative experience to me because I'm being told, look, Eric, you're somehow not being either self-interested enough or I don't know, but the point is, I don't understand why. What's the benefit of taking action? What are we preventing from happening that's bad?
We're just not dealing with more shit. That's it.
I don't find this unpleasant to deal with. I don't actually find her unpleasant to deal with. Like, I have no problem getting rid of Osiris or something because he was trolling in a bad and evil way. Courtney doesn't even know what she's doing, I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't know what she knows she's doing or not, but I'm pretty sure that at least half the time she's not really quite understanding that she is contradicting herself or stuff like that.
I'm here because I consider myself a part of your vehicle. But if this is our thing, then we're type 8 and type 7 again.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, it's that simple. And
but look, which value should we prefer? Being type 7 and type 8, we're still both rational people, and it may be the case that I should prefer type 8 values in this sort of situation, or it may be the case that you should prefer type 7 values. I don't know. But let's figure it out.
And type 7 values would be preserving harmony, probably, and type 8 value, preserving harmony and maximizing fun would be type 7, and type 8 would be minimizing bullshit and protecting the herd or something. Can you take away Nick's crown so I can boot him?
I can't quite. Well, let me see if this thing. The last time I tried this thing, it didn't actually work, but let's see.
Okay. I gotta take it
Why am
through.
I getting booted?
There we go. You're not getting
You're not-
booted. I'm just taking away your crown.
Because you're that guy.
I appreciate Nick's passionate need to have his position on this thing heard, even though I don't actually want to hear it, but that's the point. I appreciate the fact that he has such a need, and I'm glad that this place affords him some ability to voice his needs. Same with fucking Homegirl. She has a need to express herself too, and sure, she's got some bad expressive habits. Yeah, she does some fucked up shit. But where else will she be permitted to have that massive a failure and still learn from it and still be around here?
Her benefit is carries no weight with it.
Okay, but it is part of the lore of the channel and the identity of the channel. What kind of channel are we? Are we special in that fashion that no other place in the world will allow somebody to fuck up that badly and still come around here and have another second chance? That makes this place fucking special.
And I've heard her call you badass a couple of times, Taylor.
She does think you're a badass, Taylor.
I am a badass.
She acknowledges that fact.
You you need people that know that.
Courtney,
Nick.
I'd like you to chime in right now, please, Courtney, if you're still here. I don't even know if she's here. Is she gone? She's gone, huh?
No.
Oh, you're there. Okay. Can you please say that, yes, you agree that Taylor is a badass? That would be helpful. Because, I mean, even if you don't like him, agree that he's a badass. Because I think we can all agree on that, even if we don't like him.
Let me go vomit now.
Okay, you go vomit now. Thank you for complying. I appreciate that. That's very helpful.
She's really good. She's a valuable addition.
Taylor, she's showing the ability to grow there, okay? She's complying with something she didn't want to do because she's being cooperative.
You care more about your magical thinking about creating utopia where everybody has infinite second chances and everybody learns from their mistakes than I do about having this fun.
Okay, yes, but I want you to both agree with me that it's a good idea.
I won't agree with you. However, I will back out just for the sake of it's retarded. Make your dream world.
But Taylor, listen, what's not retarded, you can agree with this. What's not retarded is branding the place as a place that is that.
Branding a place where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
No,
and you'll
absolutely not. Where all wrongdoing incurs the most absolutely legitimate and fair of metaphysical consequences. Metaphysical wrongdoing incurs its natural consequence, which is shaming. Courtney has been shamed massively in accordance with her wrongdoing.
Okay, you have a standard of justice that I am not feeling obligated to uphold.
I don't think we should uphold that standard of justice in any general sense. I am saying let's be particularist in our principalism. In this particular instance, what I'm saying makes sense.
I don't think it does. I don't know what makes even less sense is the fact that we're wasting all this time holding trial for an emotional 5-year-old. I mean, fuck that. My 6-year-old wouldn't go through and break everything because he is mad.
Have you ever heard of the play? I'm sure you have. You know George Bernard Shaw's play?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to explain further?
Yeah.
Pygmalion? Are you familiar with Pygmalion?
No.
Okay, well, Google it or something.
He's been a good reason for you, and
Here, Nick. I know that you can find all the good instances of good things to say about anybody that you want to stick up for. I don't care.
Those
By
are
the
the
way-
right arguments, Nick. Those are
by
not
the
the
way,
right arguments.
pull my heartstrings. I fucking choose who I let in my circle.
You need to win this argument by showing that the larger framework supports your position, not the smaller framework. You keep doing that. You keep going to the smaller framework as though it matters. The smaller framework doesn't matter because even if you win it, it doesn't support the action.
I only disagree on the small things. That
Nick,
they have larger implications. But every
You can't stop building a house because you really like this one brick here.
Right.
You think that's what I'm doing?
Well, you keep arguing about the integrity of the structure based on the fact that you don't like the way this brick looks or that brick looks. And the point is, you may be right or wrong about the integrity of the structure, but it has nothing to do with your reasons.
What am I?
I mean, that's the thing. It's like her being nice or mean or whatever. Those don't have anything to do with anything.
Okay, let's not get sidetracked on this.
I mean, that's the important thing for everybody to take away is that in a proper world, people don't get away with wrongness, and they're given lots of second chances to be wrong plenty. So that the environment is both brutally unaccepting of wrongness and brutally accepting of everyone's fundamental wrongnesses. It's the ultimate severance from wrongness from the individual.
She's too accepting of her own fundamental wrongness.
No, I believe in severing wrongness from the individual.
No, she is too comfortable with her own wrongness.
Well, that's where we're going to have to... I mean, when she will encounter the natural consequences thereof until she learns to stop being comfortable with her own wrongness. That's the beautiful thing about a natural consequence environment. We don't need to punish people because the natural consequences of being stupid are you look fucking stupid in front of everybody.
The natural consequences of being in the raw room is that you get uploaded into videos.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The natural consequences of being a bitch are people bitch back. The natural consequences of talking shit about someone is people talk shit back. Natural consequences of talking shit in a raw room is that the shit gets talked back on the fucking internet. So if she wants to suffer the consequences, the videos need to go back up.
Fair enough. That is an agreement we just came to. Courtney, I think, if we're right...
I didn't agree to that, Eric.
I'm not asking... Courtney?
I came back in here because you apologized for doing that to me because it hurt my feelings.
I did not apologize for doing that to you. I said you...
Took it down.
I did. I took it down when I made it clear that I would not take it down unless you were abundantly certain with me that it was entirely as a favor that I took it down and not for any reason. I will absolutely put it back up if you show that you have not grown at all. You have an opportunity to grow here. You need to trust your defense attorney. What?
I've grown a lot from this. I've grown a lot from this.
She's fucking lying, dude.
No, she said that to me several times on the phone.
Okay, well then she needs to understand that she's faced with a reality. We are going to put the videos back up one way or the other now because Taylor's made an offer that I've accepted on your behalf. Whether or not you want to follow along with the accepting of it is up to you. We're going to put the videos back up.
Stay out of the room then if the videos are going to be put up. I'll agree to Taylor's wishes and not come into the room anymore.
Okay, but see...
You just got demolished as a defense attorney.
No, I didn't. Because, remember...
I'd rather take Taylor's offer than accept
I got her a good deal. She prefers jail time. Nothing I can do about it.
I'll stay out of the room, Taylor.
But remember, Courtney, that's no guarantee I won't put the videos back up. I owe you nothing regarding that, okay? It was a favor to you.
It's not a good look for you, too.
Now, what's not a good look? Nick, I am fighting for this woman. I am fighting on behalf of this woman to get her to be not just around here without our permission, but around here explicitly with our permission.
I don't want to come in the room if the videos go back up, Eric.
Okay, Courtney. Okay. So, all right, let me step back then. Okay, Courtney, stop. Let me argue it. Okay, fine. I will work for a better solution for you. I will work for a better solution for you. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay, hold on. All right, look. The thing is, the natural consequence of the original action was the shaming of those videos being up. Obviously, it worked because she would prefer to never be allowed here than to be shamed in that fashion further. I think she's been shamed adequately by those videos based on as a natural consequence for what happened. To persist in putting them back up again would be to add additional punishment beyond the natural, and that would be in opposition to the general idea, I think, anyway, right?
Take them down would be to acknowledge that he has veto rights to get her way.
No, because I took it down. No, because when I took it down, I made her understand and say to me that yes, she understood that it was a favor.
I'm not doing this until next hour.
Eric wants Courtney here because it's conducive to his playing, and he had fun, and he has respect Eric's nature, then he is a good person. He wants to be a good person, inherently is. And he likes being type A. He likes being type A because it's a good way to have fun with you. And you,
I'm listening.
that is, you said fine. If it's for you to play, we'll go type 7, and I'll get over it. That was the middle ground. It had been reached.
But no, I don't want Taylor to get over it. I want him to agree with me because I'm right, or to prove me I'm wrong.
Use that framework. He does agree with you. He did earlier.
No, Nick, you don't understand. I made it clear. Listen, I said the values are conflicting. We need to determine which ought to be prioritized in the circumstance, not which you're willing to prioritize.
Type A integrates to type 2, right?
I don't know. Who cares? That's not relevant.
Well, you're saying type 8 or type 7.
I'm saying we need to resolve which value system ought to be preferred in this circumstance, not which we do prefer.
Oh, what ought to be preferred is what's happening. You fight, you attack, and then you show that you are not an evil person inherently, that it is for some moral reason, and you allow for infinite second chances, which has been the most consistent rule of the channel.
I don't want to fight about it. I accept that it was wrong, yes.
Okay, fine. So then, look, what kind of compromise can we make that we can...
My daughter gets out of school at 3:30. I'm leaving in 15 minutes. I'm putting my speakers back on mute. I'm not turning them off as long as Nick's here.
Okay. Nick, all right, so Courtney, the thing is, you're going to need to come in with some sort of offer here as to what you would be willing to concede regarding that same area of things where you'd be satisfied with this. Because remember, you're coming here as a supplicant, not as somebody who has any particular standing inherently.
She doesn't understand that. She instantly forgets that.
I understand that.
You say those words, but I don't think you know what they mean.
I think she understands it. It's hard. Nobody wants to give up, wants to take that much of an ego hit. I get it. It's understandable. I wouldn't want to either. Okay? Well, what can we do to concede something to Taylor so that Taylor and I can come to an actual agreement about this?
If Taylor wants me out of the room that badly, I don't mind staying out of the room. I don't want him to feel uncomfortable around his own room.
Courtney?
Now, don't try to make this about me. It's about you. I want the videos back up. I want all the videos back up, including the ones that show you being the stupidest woman on earth.
All right, so look, what I'm trying to do here is be a good mediator. I'm trying to be a good mediator.
I started crying on the phone, Taylor. You hurt my feelings now.
Tears don't work at me like they do at him.
They do work on me. Now, look, the thing is, I am very susceptible to tears, but look, the point is this.
You can say
I'm trying to be a good mediator here and understand, Courtney, that even though you are coming in as the position of the person who is being scolded or whatever, that you still have interest, and I'm trying to represent them as best I can. I also understand that Taylor needs his pound of flesh, so to speak, because he feels very wronged by everything that happened in some sense. And so what I'm asking you to do is to help me find a pound of flesh that we can give to Taylor to make him satisfied. And that means which videos could you compromise with saying, let's put up one of those videos, one video back up? Maybe the original one. If you prefer the original one rather than the hour-and-a-half one, we could do that maybe. I could take that offer to Taylor at least and see if we can make some progress.
I would rather just stay out of the room than Eric. I don't think that...
Okay, but remember, Courtney, I'm trying to work a solution that's inclusive of you. If you're excluded, then I'm going to put the videos back up because it doesn't matter anymore. You're not part of the community.
Why would you? Yeah, okay. Look, she's not going to concede, and she doesn't care, doesn't get it.
Taylor, you are so pessimistic. You are so pessimistic. I am trying to have a heart-to-heart conversation here with Courtney to get her to accept some tough realities and some valuable lessons about having something embarrassing put up there. It stays up there. All my big fucking super embarrassing videos where I did some stupid ass shit are still there. I didn't take them down. The one where I
and we both hold you to a higher standard than we hold her to.
I'm talking to her right now.
Oh.
So, Courtney, help
I'll
us
stay
out
out of the
here.
room. I'll stay out of the room.
Okay, well,
Besides, if Taylor wants me out of the room that badly, if I were to even join the room, it would cause problems anyways.
Courtney.
Right. She's being the mature one. This is about.
Okay, fine, Courtney. Listen, then we're going to end up leaving this meeting with the status quo. Taylor and I are not in agreement about it, but I still encourage you to come around here because the status quo means no action's been taken, which means
No,
we're not
action
forbidden.
was taken.
What action was taken?
There was an offer made, an offer accepted, and you tried to negotiate with your client who won.
No, she didn't accept the offer.
You did. This isn't her decision. She doesn't have to accept shit. You and I do.
I know, but the offer I accepted involved me putting the videos back up, and then she can come in the room, right? What I'm now telling her is that she can come in the room now, and I retain the right to put the videos back up, of course, but that she's not helping at all, so she doesn't have any say in it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right. So basically what you're saying is you want her to be able to come back in the room, and the rest of this is kind of an exercise for whatever's sake, and her involvement doesn't really matter. She can't even throw herself out of the room.
Taylor, don't put it that way. Don't put it that way. Now, look, her involvement does matter, but what matters is what matters here in this trial. Does her opinion or words in this trial matter at all? No, that's true. This is you and me. I'm just arguing her position. So
she doesn't.
I would rather not come in the room than have even come in to make this agreement. So
okay, then you can leave and then just not come back, and then that's how you can tell us that. You don't need to tell us that at this point because I'm trying to help you.
I'm letting Taylor know I won't come back, Taylor.
Okay.
I don't care. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Was I supposed to fight that?
No. That was great. I think that went really well because now we know that we gave her every reasonable opportunity to fix herself, to make herself better, but she couldn't take the burn in the muscles that's required to actually grow, which means she needs to actually know I'm embarrassed by that, and that's up there, and I'm being embarrassed by it now, and it's okay because I'm learning from it.
And I think that we just solidified or reinforced the Taylor's never wrong thing.
No, you were wrong because you didn't want to have this.
I didn't want to have this.
But this was extremely useful, right?
It will make a good video, I'm sure, but extremely useful is a strong way.
Because it made it her choice now. We're not doing anything. She's choosing to exclude herself.
Oh my God, you try to make the choice to include herself despite her own choice.
So even more so is she choosing to exclude herself. She has no possible complaint about anything.
I know. We got to the right conclusion, even in spite of you.
No, because of me. Because now it's fully framed out. Before, you were trying to build a house that only part of the foundation made. It was going to fall over in just a day or two.
Well, the house doesn't need to be built. A house doesn't need to be built. We can just go, you can live in a refrigerator box in the alley. And thus we decree.
Talking with famous people.
Listen, Taylor, just because metaphysical houses are easier to build than real houses doesn't mean they aren't subject to the same laws of physics.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I can see the point.